Hello, Interpersonal Forum. Welcome back. All right, we are back again. Today, our topic is we want to talk about a situation where there should not be any kind of disparaging of parents, to kids. One partner to the kids involved in any kind of a problem in the family. This happens, quite a bit, and sometimes it is just because one of the parents, wants to really, they get mad and that they want to get back at the other parent, and then sometimes they go and tell stuff to the kids, so that they can be also mad at the other parent. Please, let's do everything to make sure that when two parents have a problem, the kids are not involved in that problem, directly. At least the parents should not be the ones who should try to get the kids, involved in the problem. So, work out your differences. And the best way to do that is, yes, there's going to be differences, as we all know, in family relationships. But the best thing is, if you respect each other, you will walk through the problem so that they will not escalate to a point where one would feel like, you need to get the kids to be on your side, and go against the other parent. So let's keep it mature. This is a problem between two adults, so it should be handled as such. And please, let's get the kids out of it, and especially, get them to take one side or the other. The kids need both parents. They need both the mom and dad, and therefore, if you pitch them against, one or the other, then it becomes a problem of, just them dealing with just one side, at least in a workable way, where if they don't, have respect, for the other side, then their dealings with that person, it will be very, problematic. So the kids need both. If it is a husband and wife, they need both the male partner or male figure, and they also need the female figure. Both male and female figure are needed in their lives. So we should not do anything to try to create any kind of constraint, between any of the parents with any of the kids. So let's always be mindful of that. I know it happens all the time, and in fact, I was just listening to a podcast, of a very very famous African footballer who played in UK in the Premier League, and he had a wife, and he had a divorce with the wife, and he said it's been many many years. He couldn't talk to the kids because the wife wouldn't let him talk to the kids. He texts the kids, wish them happy birthdays, but they never even reply to him and stuff like that. And he's dying to really see his kids and connect with them. But I don't know what, it looks like some of the kids are actually adults now, but they're still not reaching out to him. And it must be, I'm sure, what the ex-wife told them about their dad, and so they have this bitterness with them. So please, let's try to avoid that as much as possible. And again, communication is the solution. If you work out your differences as much as possible, and in an amicable way, we will not get to a point where one would feel like you need to have the kids be on your side against the other person. So please, please, let's do this for the kids. If it is not for us, the adults, the kids, need that family situation, even if it is a divorce situation. But sometimes it's not even a divorce situation. Two people are together with their kids and they have a fight, and or something happens, and one of them will go and start talking bad about the other person to the kids. Let's avoid that, please. Thank you.